What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the recap episode of the One Leg Loser podcast. I'm your boy Bear Down Rick, alongside my brother Jay, the producer. We want to welcome you guys into the recap of week. Is this 14 already, Jose, or week 15 recap?
Already, this is a week 14 recap, bro. Already, man. Jesus.
My God, it's going by fast, man. But hey, we're here, guys, as we promised on Tuesday. So, Jose, what's going on, man? How's your day going, man? What's going on with you?
Listen, bro, I'm still in the race, so I'm feeling lovely, man. My Dolphins won. I know it was a squeaker. It was a nail biter. Unfortunately, we lost on the damn hook, but we'll get into that later. But listen, man, one game at a time. We're going to Houston. We're going to H Town, my old stomping grounds. We're trying to get a dub out there. Houston ain't looking too hot, so let's see. Let's see what they got for us. Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see what happens, man. Definitely, let's see what's going on. But yeah, man, no, nothing much over here. We were just talking off the air here a little bit, guys, about some photos I sent Jose about a deer that I saw that was on the side of the road, and it was dead, and ribs and all. It was some weird stuff, man. It was some crazy shit. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it
we were
was
just
a
kind of
straight carcass. That shit look crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. I told you, I was up in the mountains, and it was foggy. And that lake photo that I sent you, that shit was real. It's like completely iced out. It was completely iced out. So it was definitely interesting. Completely different than South Florida for sure, hundred
nah,
percent.
that that bro, that shit. That's why I asked you if it wasn't real. That shit looked like Photoshop, bro. It looked like a wallpaper. Like just yeah, it looked crazy. It looked crazy. Cause I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
and
down here in South Florida, I don't see none of that.
I mean, but listen though, listen, when you're down in South Florida, you go. The only place you're gonna get like real nostalgic photos is like on the beach. Like that's when you're gonna
Yeah.
get these photos, right? Like you got you
So
sunset and
remember
all
that one that,
sunrise.
that one picture you took? It was in at the Marriott with Wilson and them.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. Yes,
Oh,
that was the
that was
photo.
nice. You was up like at Crocodile and shit. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, man. Speaking about cracking the dawn, oh, well, not cracking off. Speaking about cracking something, what you sipping on today, Jose? What's going on with you today?
It's a Tuesday, but I'm keeping it light. I'm keeping it light. No, nothing heavy, nothing heavy. I'm going a little vodka, light vodka, maybe a few drinks. I still got to work tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. You guys haven't retired me yet, so I still got to work.
Yeah, man, ain't that true? Listen, man, I didn't have time, so I'm drinking on the good old. Oh, I can't say it because they're not paying me. I'm
No, no,
drinking
no, no. H2O,
water.
H2O, H2O,
I'm
H2O,
drinking on
H2O.
H2O. I'm gonna have to start doing how they do. I'm gonna take out the what you call it, the banners,
Logos.
the
Yeah, yeah,
logos.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
unless I'm getting paid,
Yeah,
you ain't gonna get no promo from
yeah, none
me.
of that. Nah,
But
that's
listen,
wait, so is it cold up there? I mean, in Massachusetts, how you feeling?
I mean, shoot, yeah, man, the winter's here. It's not that bad. It makes you like by like 5:30 ish, you just want to get like in your couch, turn on the heater, and like chill. Like so, it kind of like kind of puts you a little down until your body acclimates to it. Because by January, February, your body's already used to it. So then now you have a little bit more, you have more energy. But right now, it's just like everybody just like by 5:30, it's pitch black outside. So,
You guys
like,
just looking for shelter and shit at that point.
I mean, for the most part, yeah, you're just trying to go relax, and relax. So I'm actually getting back on my health tips. So I've actually went back to my calorie counting. Want to get down to the 150s, 160s, how it was before, and
Okay.
so
So,
I'm gonna start doing that. But
ladies and gentlemen, I know, I'm like diet this, diet that. I know I have a little drink here and there, but it's trust me, the diet is clean. Everything else on the weekends, maybe when the Dolphins are playing, I get a loose. But overall, we do try to live a healthy lifestyle. We definitely try to promote that. So yeah.
yeah, for sure. I'm not
No,
gonna
I'm
be like
excited for you. Man. I know when you was on your little diet, or I don't know what you want to call it, but like just health
no,
conscious, right? Health conscious.
yeah,
You was looking good, man. You looking slimmer and shit like that.
no, for sure. It was more just like what I was eating. Yeah, hey, listen, intermittent fasting, I really enjoyed it, and really getting
That's
back
the
to
thing,
that,
huh?
huh?
That's a real thing.
For me, at least. I mean, I think everybody's body's different, right? So everybody reacts differently to certain things, and it just really helped me out. Really did, at least for me, right? But
No.
no, listen, like you said, right? We're here like promoting wellness, wholeness, and having some money in your bank account at least as well, right? That's why we're here as well, to hopefully make you some money. I mean, listen, this last week it didn't go as planned, guys.
Listen, man, ain't no sugarcoating that. This
No, we're
is
not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to stand on the podium like most coaches should be, like, this is on me.
on
This
us.
is on me. I take responsibility for this. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what me and Jose are here for. This is why we do the recap. We just
Full
don't hide.
transparency.
We don't hide, right? I, I
Nah.
mean, we do the recap show, so that means we come back on here, even though we lost, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about it, and kind of just kind of go through it a little bit, guys. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about some of these games, man. That we recap in here. Hey, let's start off. Let's start off on a positive note before we go into the negatives. Let's start on the positives. We predicted Panthers plus 14 and a half. Listen, here we had Carolina, where it really came down to the last drive. I mean, Bryce Young played well. He finished 21 of 35 for 262 yards, a touchdown, while leading Carolina back from 11-point deficit in the fourth quarter to actually tie that game at the time. And it was actually on a Chuba Hubbard 1-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, they fell short. And, according to the head coach, Canales, and I quote, he is making a statement to all of us, end quote. But listen, the Chiefs held down. Travis Kelce had a hell of a day, 6 catches for 62 yards. He's actually moved into third place in career yard receiving, just behind Tony Gonzalez, and I think I forgot somebody else. But listen, man, just some fun facts out there. But I mean, let's talk about that game, Jose, man. What did you see out there? What do you think?
Same thing, man. I'm pretty sure the world thought, Barkley was going to come in here, rush for 500 yards, and just solidify the MVP, and that didn't happen. This is the NFL, folks. Exactly when you think something's going to go your way, go the opposite way. It's just what it is. I mean, he ended up having a decent game for being Saquon Barkley. But I'm hearing a lot of rumblings over there. AJ Brown's not happy. Devontae Smith, he's okay. He just came back from injury. But like the passing game, it's not passing. I don't know what Jalen Hurts is. I've always called it, man. I've always thought he's a running back that plays quarterback. He's not a great passer of the ball. He's not accurate. What he does, what is his number one skill? The tush push. Like, come on, take away the tush push, and what does he have? Absolutely nothing. He can't make no. He's not a playmaker through the air. That's why that's why AJ Brown's upset. And because of that, they should have lost the game. Leggett dropped the ball on the 1-yard line. Like, come on, man. Like,
well, did you see? Speaking of Leggett, did you see he did get rocked? I don't know. Again, I'm not making excuses for Leggett, but he did get rocked right before that catch. Like, not even before the play before. He got rocked where they weren't sure if he was supposed to be on the field or not. But yeah, no excuses. But if you're on the field and you got the ball in your hands, you got to hold on to it. That's
it. Listen, I'm old school, man. I'm 42. If you get two hands on it, that's a catch.
You got to hold on.
Shit, that's a catch, man. You get paid way too much money not to make these catches. I understand. Everyone's human. We all make mistakes, and he can go out to next week and go crazy and just and completely everyone will forget about that game. But you got to make these catches, man. You want to take that next step as a wide receiver. He's a rookie, so he has plenty of time. But man, that would have solidified a huge win for the Carolina Panthers. That would have propelled them with so much confidence. I mean, obviously they're not going anywhere this year, but that would have built so much confidence, especially for Bryce Young. When the world was hating on him, and calling him trash and too little, he is little, but he didn't grow anything. He is still little.
Listen,
but he's making some plays.
100%. And that's why we call again, it's a crazy line, plus 14 and a half. But I think that's why we decided it, because again, my position was I've been watching them play the last couple weeks. And again, after he came back from that benching, it's just something different about the kid. Again, I don't know what it is. Even like I said, Canales said, he says he's making a statement to all of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's the world beater. But listen, the guy's taking his team up against these top opponents. He's not doing this against scrubs. He did it up against Kansas City. He did it up against Philly. So he's doing it against formidable teams, and they're coming down to the wire. Again, what is the missing piece there? What takes him over the hump? I mean, again, I don't know if there's any Carolina fans that watch this. Let us know. Give us your thoughts of what you think is going to take your team to
I
that
don't.
spot. But again, I just see them as like, hey, listen, man, that kid is playing his ass off. Something happened to him after he got benched,
Mhm.
and again, I'm not, I think for the remaining part of the year for me, and let me know what you think, Jose. But I think for me, the remaining part of the year, I'm not gonna just write them off.
No, you can't. You can't.
I'm not writing these guys off. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
say, hey, yeah, they're probably gonna lose, but again, I'm always gonna give them a little bit of hope, especially after the last couple of weeks of what I've seen from them.
No, for sure. Listen, man. I'm already starting to look into next week. They're actually favored. They're
Tell me
favored
about it,
at home against the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys ain't too hot. They played a damn good game last night
man. It that.
versus those Bengals, man. They
And
I,
we're gonna talk about that. We're
yeah,
gonna
we'll get
touch
into
on
that. We'll
that.
get into that.
But yeah, that was
Um,
definitely speaking of that, there was a actual like a meme or you see the video of you see this guy geez. Anyways, he's like on the sidelines, just like literally the like his facial expressions are depleted.
Mike Parsons,
Yeah, Parsons. Yeah, Parsons. He looks defeated,
deflated.
man.
Right? Yeah,
Just
yeah,
deflated,
defeated,
just
man.
completely checked out. But nevertheless, yeah, we're gonna touch a little bit basis here. Like I said, guys, we recap everything. We're gonna recap yesterday's game as well a little bit. But listen, speaking of that, let's move right along. Again, that was our plus. That was the one where we said, hey, listen, we're gonna give them 14 and a half, right, Jose? But again, the rest of the ticket really didn't do much.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
But
Honestly, and at the same time, like real quick before we move on,
yeah,
I think Carolina, yeah, they're playing tough, they're playing good. I don't know if they're actually, I don't know if you can say they're missing something because I just think that team is super young. Like it
mm,
just, I think that time that the team just needs time to develop and
okay,
to it, and I think this is actually good for them. Experiencing these tough losses
for
and
sure.
going through the pain. So this is probably a good thing for them in the long run. But on the flip side, this is an Eagles team that won, I believe, 9 in a row, 8 in a row, and Panthers are coming into your home. I understand they're playing hot, whatever, whatever. You're
Yeah.
supposed to smash this team down. You're supposed to put them in their place. You're the big bad boys, right, of the East. Like, come on, you're supposed to be Super Bowl contenders. Come on, man. Something's
It
going on with
sounds like
Hurts.
you're not really buying the Eagles this year, Jose.
I mean, I was, but then they play this stinker. It's like, how can I trust this team? How can anyone trust this team? Like, I know any given Sunday, yada yada yada. I understand that, but no, man. Well, I don't know.
I
But
mean, I
moving
have a
on,
different
moving on.
take on that because again, look at. I think at this point, good teams or above average team finds ways to win. I mean, everybody could look at the Kansas City Chiefs and they're not world beating. They're not out there world beating these teams.
Because
They're just
they're just not a good because they're not an overall good team right now. They
okay.
just have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're not
And
an
Kelsey,
overall good team right now. Listen, speaking of teams that's supposed to be murder, a preview of what's coming Friday. I guarantee you right now, Baltimore Ravens will beat the Giants by more than whatever points. Like
ooh,
they're not gonna fuck around with that team. They're gonna go in there, handle their business.
okay,
Like
and that's something that maybe me and
I
you
don't see
may
the
have a
difference.
different thought on, but not that a thought, but ladies and gentlemen, like you said, stay tuned for Friday, right? We're actually gonna build a ticket on Friday, right? That's what we're gonna do on
Yeah,
Friday.
we're gonna start building tickets live on every show. So today we'll build a ticket for you guys on for Thursday night, and for Friday we'll build a ticket for Sunday night, which
For
it'll
sure.
be it'll be end of time tickets, it'll be money line tickets, it'll be spread tickets if you guys into spreads, and that's pretty much our go to. If you guys like over unders, I can do some research on over unders and we can get into that. But that's what we're gonna start doing from now on.
For sure.
And
So hey,
also
let's move.
post it on all the social medias. After we talk about it here, I'll definitely post it. You want to just go a quick peek at what we posted.
Exactly what we got going on. But hey, let's move right along. So, we gave you guys the 14 and a half Panthers that hit. Let's move right along into the Falcons game, man. Listen, hey, man, Jose, the Falcons were 1-6-3. They were easily leading the NFC South. And here they go. They're losing their fourth straight game, losing 42-21 to the Minnesota Vikings. Where a game of first half was transformed into like basically a nightmare in the second half. I mean, the Falcons defense gave up 5 TDs passing to Sam Darnold, even with Cousins throwing for 334 yards. And listen, their run game between Robinson, they combined running for 137 yards. But listen, that just wasn't enough, man. Robinson and Algemeyer, they played their ass off. They ran hard against that Vikings defense. But here, listen, man, the Vikings move on to 11-2. We had Falcons plus 7.5. Give people your thoughts. What were your thoughts when we decided to give the Falcons plus 7.5,
Listen,
Jose?
man, I thought Kirk Cousins, Kirk Two Chains. Well, he ain't no damn Kirk Two Chains anymore. Fuck them. Give me them. I'm snatching them chains away from you. You Kirk Cousins again, man. I thought he was going there. Revenge game. They got an offense, right? I believe they got Bijan, they got London, they got Kyle Pitts.
They got Mooney.
Where's the excuse? Mooney, where's the excuse? It all comes down to one factor: Kirk Cousins. He old. He's done.
But he threw for 334 yards.
No. That's fluff. That's fluff.
It's fluff.
That's fluff. Of course, you're down 42-21. Of course, you're gonna throw the ball. That's all. That's all. Give me end time, end of the game. Patting the stat. That's all that is. Nah. That game was. I mean, they kept it close. Again, I thought he was going in there. Revenge game. Yada yada yada. That shit didn't work out. I don't know what happened. He started throwing interceptions. How many picks he threw? I know he threw one for sure.
Yeah, I think he threw two interceptions, if I'm not mistaken.
But he threw two. Like, come on, man. Like, nah, man. But it's not all Kirk's fault. Like that Atlanta defense is horrendous. I mean, did you see number 20? He ran back. How do you leave Justin Jefferson wide open? How do
blown
you leave
coverage, right?
Like, nah, man. It's like I don't know what the hell's going on over there, man. They suck. I heard they're gonna start Penix this week. That's what I heard.
I heard something. I heard some rumbles of something like that. So it seems like you said, the initial thought of why we gave the Falcons 7.5 plus 7.5 was, again, we thought he was gonna go up against his old team. Again, they have a roster. It's not like the Falcons are depleted. They got names over there. It's not like they're just some scrubs. So we thought,
is it? Coaching? What is it? Because they got. Is it coaching or is it quarterback? It's got to be one of the two.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not fair to Penix if you throw him in on week 15 and try.
Oh no, you can't really judge a guy. Yeah, listen, it's unfair for the kid if he's gonna get thrown in there to the Wolves. But
that's not fair.
I know just reading some articles from the Atlanta fan base, they're frustrated, man, because it's like, dude, you have a team. Like, what's going on? What's the outlier, right? But again, we thought the Falcons were going to keep it close within a touchdown. Again, that first half, it looked great. I thought remember I was texting you. I was like, all right, man, look, it looked like Atlanta could do it. And then, bro, it was just a disaster in the second half.
Off, man. Like, all of a sudden, you got my wife over here mad as fuck because she picked the Falcons on her ticket. Like, everybody's pissed.
Yeah, I know, right? It was just one of those games, man. Speaking about a team that has a roster on paper, let's move right along and let's rip my bandage off. Let's go over to the Bears game where we gave you guys Bears plus 4. Again, we thought that after losing their coach, Matt Eberflus, they're going to come out there with some fire. And honestly, man, it was just a disaster. That first half was 4 yards total offense. It was abysmal.
That was nuts.
Caleb Williams did, come back in the second half, had a decent game, no turnovers, 2 TDs, but it just wasn't enough. That defense that we're known for was just gone, blown coverage. Speaking of coverages, like Kittle was going off. It was ridiculous. Again, interim head coach. Again, I told you, Jose, when I called you, it's about the players. It's time for you to respond. Everybody's blaming the head coach. The head coach ain't there no more. You can't blame him no more. It's on the effing fucking players to come and play. And they just didn't show up. It looks like they gave up on that game. 49ers went in there and they clearly superior head coaching. Shanahan ran over that defense like a schoolyard bully and just beat the fuck out of them. And
Yeah.
again, what did you think? What were your thoughts? Did you catch any of the recap or any of the
I
highlights of
mean,
that game?
it's the same, it's pretty much same thing. We agreed on Bears +4. We thought we were gonna come out with some fire. This and that. You guys got I in my from the outside looking in. I feel like you guys got the talent, like you said on paper. Now Caleb needs to develop, obviously, right? Like
Of
all
course.
rookies do. Like all rookies
Yeah.
do. But to be honest with you, you kind of expect unfairly, you expect something more from the number one overall.
I
You
hear
know,
you.
you take them. It's the same heat that Bryce is getting. Number one this, number one that. He gets benched. Like it's the same kind of heat. So I don't know how you guys are dealing with it in Bears Nation. You know, I would be, from the outside looking in. Again, I see some flaws in Caleb, but I also see some positives. Like we were talking about earlier. I feel like he holds on to the ball too much. And he's probably, yeah, he's gotten better. In the beginning of the season, it was like everything had to be 50-yard bomb. Just like he reminds me exactly of Tua.
Yeah.
Everything had to be a deep ball. Everything had to be the big play. It had to scramble for the big play. This is not college
Yeah.
where you're playing 18-year-old kids who, at the end of the day, half of them, more than half, 80% are not going anywhere but selling insurance. Nothing wrong with selling insurance, believe me. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey,
But
if you're
you're just
selling
not going to the
insurance, give us
league.
a call. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just not going to the league. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He has time to develop. I mean, he needs to develop. It's tough to see because he has firepower. The tight end,
Yeah.
Cole Kmet. You got Allen. You got the wily veteran, and you got the two speedster on the outside. I just don't know where's the disconnect. You might need a running game. You definitely need some O linemen. I know you spent a little bit on O line,
Oh no,
but
listen, the O line is definitely
it's
a
not
big
it's not
flaw. Just
gelling.
no, it's again no center. I mean, just to kind of recap a little bit what you're saying here. I hear the sentiments of what you guys are saying for looking up from the outside in, but if we look at again, numbers are just numbers, but it's again, he's a rookie. He's literally going to break every rookie again, and there's not a high bar in Chicago, but he's literally going to break every rookie quarterback record for Chicago that's ever played. So you're talking from the Justin Fields to the Mitch Trubisky's to the McMahons, every rookie quarterback that's ever played for Chicago, he's going to break all the records, and he already has. So again, at least looking at from our fan base, I know he has that high standard because he's that number one overall pick. But at the same time, again, you know my rule. My rule is I give you 3 years. Yes, he held on to the ball. He's holding on to the ball sometimes a little too long. But if you watch the tape and you listen to some of these people, again, there's some of these play, especially in that San Francisco game. I watched some of the recap of the tape, and they were saying, listen, there was a couple times where he was holding the ball too long. The mesh, they had all the wide receivers on one side mesh, the concept. So there was nowhere for him to go with the ball. The offensive line wasn't giving him any time. He can't throw the ball to anybody, and he's waiting for a guy to break, and it just wasn't time again.
No, no, listen. Fact, no, listen. That's complete facts, right? Like, if I'm not sitting here watching the all 22, listen,
Yeah.
guys, I'm not gonna watch all 22 for all
No,
32.
hell no. We don't got
I'm
time
just
for
not
that. We
gonna
got
do that.
lives.
I ain't got time. I gotta work. Unless you guys catch me out, then then maybe that's a different story. Anywho, all 22. Yeah, you can see how the play design and where he should have gone with the ball versus he had no time, or no place to go with the ball, or maybe he just hadn't in time. I mean,
Yeah.
he got sacked 7 times. I
Yeah.
believe three maybe were on him. The rest were on the old line.
Yeah. Listen, it was
So
just
I mean, it's tough playing behind when you have no line. Trust me, I'm a Dolphins fan. I've seen it my entire
we've
life.
seen it all
You know what
time
it
and
is?
time again, time and time
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
But again,
But
it was just one of those
I
games.
just expected a little bit more.
Oh, we all
Cheers,
did. I mean,
cheers,
listen,
cheers,
we all
cheers.
did. Listen, Bears Nation expected the team to come and answer the bell, not because of coaching, not because of them, but for your own sake, for the team. And it just looked like they're deflated. They're checked out. Again, it's looking from the outside in. I'm sure these guys feel like, hey, listen, we still got plenty to play for. But again, I'm just excited for, in the sense of me, Caleb Williams, of what the potential is. He's playing up again. He's playing in a season where it's just, again, your OC gets fired, your head coach gets fired, your team is in this disarray, and you can still beat every rookie quarterback record of that franchise. That says a little bit about that individual. And I have faith, and we'll see what happens. Again, I'm not expecting much. All I care about at the end of the day, as we mentioned to you, like I told you, Jose, all that matters to me this end of the season is Caleb's development. That's all I care about.
No, I
Is the
mean, and
guy
that's
progressing?
and that's the only thing you should care about because
Everything else is
at the end of the day, as long as you got that anchored, then everything should work out. Everything
e-
should work out. You know.
everything just kind of just works out.
Yeah.
So let's
But
listen. Mhm.
go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was actually just gonna move on. But go ahead.
Yes, we'll move on. Let's move on. So again, we messed up there. So Bears +4, they got their ass spanked. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Touche. Let's move right on. Listen, we had the stinking Jets go down to South Beach. Well, not really South Beach, right? And listen, despite the Dolphins like squeaking out that win, they did allow Mr. Aaron Rodgers go fucking somewhat ape shit with a high of up to, I think he threw fucking the 41-year-old. He did 27 of 39. He racked up a season high of 339 pass yards with a touchdown. And listen, he did not turn the ball over. Coincidentally enough, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, and that Dolphin defense was playing soft at the time, but here comes Tua, that offense, and bro, here they come up and they answered the bell when they needed to. Again, can the Dolphins run the table, Mr. Jose? You tell me, Mr. Dolphin, are they going to run the
Listen,
table
man.
the rest of the year?
Listen. We're gonna get into that, but I do have a few things, right? Like, if we compare our teams, right, we like you got your team reminds me of a young Dolphins team, right? And I know you have a young GM, well, not young Dolphins team, like a few years ago when we started this whole rebuilding process. You had the
Yeah.
quarterback in place, you had a few, some talent, but not complete. You didn't have the quarterback. We didn't have. I mean, I'm sorry. You didn't have the coach. We didn't have the coach. We finally thought we had a coach. We blew the league out entirely last year. It was just number one offense, number one rushing offense. Everything was just clicking on all cylinders, and we still fell short. Now, listen, on paper, this team is fucking extraordinary, bro. I mean, I can go on the list of players that we have on offense and defense, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be 10-2, 11-1, or whatever the hell it is. Not in this position where we're 5-7, 6-7, fighting for a playoff position. No, man, there's no way. And it all comes down to coaching. Listen, why in the world you're playing old man Rodgers and you're playing a fucking cover 3 shell or cover 2 shell, and you're dropping the oldest. They have old man Rodgers. We have old man Calais Campbell, but he's actually balling. And you drop him.
He had a good game.
He had a great game. He's having a great season. The guy's 6'8", 300 and something pounds. He's there to bull rush. He's there to cause havoc on the line. But instead, my defensive coordinator decides to drop him back in coverage. What the hell do you think he's going to do? Dropping him back in coverage against
slice you
Garrett
alive.
Wilson and Adams and those running backs that they have over there. It's just dumb. It's just dumb play calling, bro. You have Jalen Ramsey on the outside. Press the shit out of him. Zero man blitz. Put some pressure on his old ass. Make that old mind make a decision.
Yeah.
Listen, my kids tell me all the time, you too old, you can't play Call of Duty, you watched. Your reaction time is slow. Same thing for fucking Aaron Rodgers. Give him zero time, and I bet you he fucks up. I guarantee you. Listen, he's an all-time great. He's a Hall of Famer, yada yada yada. But he's 41.
But he's
my coach needs to go. The only reason the coach is still here is because he has Tua. The left arm of God is saving his ass time and time again. All these, bro. There's no running game. Towards the end there was like 15 plays in a row with Tua threw the ball 15 times in a row. Still with 12 minutes left to go in the game, down 6. Like, come on. The play calling, it's got to change, man. And he's got to bring that toughness that we've always talked about. There's no way where a team coming off a mini bye should be this close going into overtime against the lonely-ass Jets. who don't even know who their quarterback is next year. They don't even know who their coach is next year. They don't know who their GM is next year.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's unexcusable. Thank God we won. Good. Thank goodness we're still in the playoff in the playoff hunt. But come on, I expected a lot more from this Dolphins team. This team is not playing good.
Based upon our bet, we expected more from them as well. I mean, didn't you talk about there was a score there that the score ended up being some kind of like Amajagaji or whatever the fuck you call it, where it's never been seen before?
I thought it was scoregami or some weird shit. Yeah, so it was 32 to 26.
So it's a score again, ladies and gentlemen, that's never been seen before. So, but still, man, they fucking lost. I mean, bro, it should never have been this close. Never.
It's never, bro. You have a Smith, the tight end, Jonnu Smith, who's been going crazy the last few weeks. And all of a sudden he has 0 catches.
But did you see those 2 screens? But did you see the 2 screens that he threw to him?
Yeah, but that was in overtime.
But okay, so then where was that the beginning throughout the whole game? Where was that?
That's my point. Bro, the whole game was screen here, screen left, screen right, screen left, screen right, toss right, toss. Bro, what is this play calling? Bro, push the ball downfield. Yeah. Make the defense make a play.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the play calling. I don't get it. And the defensive play calling was horrendous as well. Bro, no, man. I don't care about Adams, bro. Put Ramsey on his ass. Now Garrett Wilson versus Will Fuller. All right, that's a different story. But if you got pressure on him, just like we did the first few drives, he had no time. And it was 3 and out.
Yeah,
with that fake ass penalty that they kept calling penalties on, trying to keep him in the game, you know. But it was
the NFL had to make a phone call because they had to make it.
You can't have a blowout, right? Because then what's the fun in that? But anyways, listen, man, we move on. This coach needs to go. McDaniels needs to go. He needs to go. Weaver, he can stay. He's got to figure some shit out though.
Now, how do you feel? But normally GMs get two coaches and then they get the boot themselves, because at the end of the day, yes, McDaniels has got to go. In your opinion, as Mr. Dolphin, as the Dolphin representative here, but do the GMs usually get a third? Because at the end, it falls back on them. It falls back on the GM of who you hire.
Listen, the only bad move that Chris Grier has made in his tenure. Yes, he's missed. He has misses, bro. We've all missed.
Well, listen, but we're not talking about players. We're not talking.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm not gonna say he's like what I'm saying. I'm just trying to. I'm saying like he's not 100%.
Nobody is.
He's missed a bunch of times where like, damn, we should have took this guy versus whatever. Everyone does it,
of course.
His huge mistakes. One, hiring Brian Flores, mistake number 1. Number 2, Mike McDaniels.
But then why would you give a GM a third time? Why would you give him a third time?
Because the team he has built is incredible.
But you can build an amazing team, but if you can't get the coach right, what the hell does it matter?
Facts.
What the hell does it matter?
Listen, you're right. So
that's why on my side with Ryan Poles, again, he's built a solid team. He's built ass backwards. He built it back in. Hopefully this year, this offseason, everything goes trenches. But again, he gave him Eberflus. All right, he's got Grace. This is his last rodeo. Like if you can't get the coach right.
I mean, but McDaniels did do some. He was making some noise until they figured his ass out.
He was making some noise because he's that new kid on the block. But I'm just saying again. I'm answering. I'm talking to your point. If he's got to go, do they clean slate? Do they start in and new GM, new coach?
I say no. I say no because of the talent that he has compiled on this team. All you just need, you know how you say every team just needs a quarterback. We just need a coach. We just need the coach. We just need the right coach.
Well, listen, man. I look at it now more as it's easier said than done to find the right coach.
Nah, shit. I didn't know it was this hard. I always thought
I think it's just as difficult as finding the quarterback. Yeah. It's just as difficult as finding that right coach with the right system, with the right fucking shit that to bring that team together. Like look at the Chargers, man. Look at that shit over there with Harbaugh. he's making them. He's a leader of men. He is, again. He may be a clusterfuck in 2 3 years. You may be hearing shit where he's doing some wild shit and he gets fired. But when a guy like that gets into the team or stuff like that, they make their team better. They just make their team better. So,
Yeah.
listen, again, we still got a couple more weeks of football, but it's gonna be a definitely interesting offseason. It just sucks, man, when we're looking from the outside in. But again, we're here focused on these bets. We gave you the Panthers plus 14.5. We hit on that. Bears plus 4. We gave you that shitty ass pick.
We was one leg losers the opposite way this
We
time.
were literally just dog shit. Again, we
Yeah.
stand on this podium just like you guys, and we take full responsibility for these bets. And again, we had some logic or some thought behind these picks, but shit, man, they just it didn't pan out that way. It really didn't, and it sucks.
Yeah, but it's all good. We'll get better. We'll keep in the lab and we'll see what we cook up for this week. And
We're gonna do
of course,
coach
we ain't
talk.
shit. We
Coach
can't hang
talk.
our head on one ticket. I feel
We're gonna go
bad.
look at the tape. We're gonna go look at the tape. We're gonna fix what we got, what we did, and move on to next week.
That's it. Well, speaking of moving on, let's go. Let's talk a little bit about last night's game.
Ooh, okay.
The meltdown in Jerry's world.
Listen, dude. Listen, man. I was watching Cowherd, and he made some sense. Even though that guy sometimes Cowherd says some wild shit, but listen, man. Are the Bengals just wasting Joe Burrow?
Oh,
That
they
kid
definitely are.
is.
They
That
definitely
kid
are.
is. That kid is amazing, man.
Incredible.
It's
Him and Jamar Chase are
Oh, it's that's the listen. He made a reference that I was like,
crazy,
shit.
crazy.
Cowherd made a reference that just was a perfect fit. He said the NFL, if they don't be careful, they're gonna turn into the NBA. And what he meant by that was, he says most people watch an NBA game because they're just watching the superstar. They don't care about the fucking team. They don't care. They don't care about nothing. They're just looking at the player. And in the NFL, if you don't be careful, you're gonna have teams like these Bengals, where you have this superstar quarterback, you have this amazing wide receiver, and people are just really tuning in just to watch them, but the rest of the team is just crap. So
Yeah, no, but I don't think so because there's too many components in the NFL.
yeah,
At basketball is what, five people you tune into, you watch the two best players on the team. I mean, man, football football is wins and losses. It's not dunks and highlights. It's just wins and losses.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, listen, it was just an interesting take that I heard from him, and it just kind of, when I was thinking about Joe Burrow and Chase, there, it's just like those guys are on the island by themselves. T. Higgins is probably gone after the season.
No,
Um,
he gone.
he's gone. But I
Yeah,
mean, what did you think of the game outside of, like you said, Lamar, Chase and Burrow playing their ass off?
No, man, those two are just amazing, man. They got Chase Brown, who's is also incredible. They got so much offensive firepower over there. They got that number 80 kid. I forgot his name. So anyways, they got Higgins, but they're gonna lose Higgins. But man, they got too much offensive firepower there. Zach Wilson, he's a decent coach, but if he doesn't get the defense right, then he's gonna get fired as well.
No,
That defense is
I think that's probably going to be one of the vacancies of the
yeah,
season as well.
yeah.
I think they're going to be fighting for a head coach as well.
Like that defense. You're a head coach, man. You're not an offensive coordinator. You're not. I understand you want to score points, but you're responsible for the entire team, not just Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. So, but nah, man. And listen, Cowboys, they kept it close. They should have won the game. For those who watched it, they blocked the punt, and then this freaking number 27 guy just, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Get your head at your ass, man. Why are you touching the ball? Game is over right there. Well, not over, but you get the ball on the 50. Cooper a rush. A few throws to Lamb. Boom, you kick a field goal, you win the game. Shock the world. But no, instead you're over here. You got Michael Parsons about to go crazy, and he's crying on the sidelines. I'm not crying, but he was so upset. Like,
Listen,
bro,
man, he was deflated by. Listen, man, the Cowboys are one of those teams that is just like, where the f do you go from here, bro? Like, you had Dak Prescott, he's hurt. You got some. It's like you can never get over the hump. You're wasting that amazing offensive line. I mean, listen, they built like a great wall over there. That's one thing
Yeah,
that
but it
the
was though. It was. It was. It's not that anymore. It's not that
exactly what I'm
anymore.
saying is you
Oh,
waste
you
that
wasted it. Yeah, yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
that remember, like you said, the NFL. One thing that we've always talked about, the NFL is a small window, bro. You got a couple years to win to get it going. Now you're and not everybody's the Patriots, not everybody's the Chiefs. Everybody's usually got a small window to try to get it right. And if you keep every year that you don't win or you don't advance, you just shorten your lifespan. And
Mhm.
that's what the Cowboys are doing here. I mean, listen, man, it's this ain't 1992. This ain't Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. And this is like, is this purgatory for them? It's like, where the fuck do the Cowboys go?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
it's crazy. Speaking of windows,
McCarthy's
man.
gone. McCarthy's got to go.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think so, but then Jerry's.
He's
I don't know.
Jerry, right?
I don't know what he'd be
He
thinking,
runs
man.
it
I
back.
don't know what he'd be thinking. I don't know. He says he says he's willing to bring him back. He this is that. I don't know what he'd be thinking. So I don't know.
Again,
But
that
like
that
speaking of windows, it's like I feel like Detroit's window opened up. What's fair to say? Last year they opened the window, or the year before that.
Well, I think last year's
Last year,
kind of the
maybe.
year because again, then they get booted out in the did they get booted off they got booted off in the playoffs last year. I know they made the
Yeah,
playoffs,
for
but
sure. But I think it was the division around.
yeah, so I
But
think they were creeping there. And again, anything can happen. But yeah, speaking of Detroit, I think last year was a year that their window really started to open up. Like,
so
yeah,
then this year it's like it's almost Super Bowl or bust for them.
I mean, shit,
Not
who
Super Bowl winner. At least make it to the Super
exactly?
Bowl.
At least
You
getting to
have
the
to at
Super
least
Bowl.
make it to the Super Bowl this year. Because if not, that's a huge disappointment. Again, you said it right. The longer you wait, you're gonna start losing these players because these players are gonna be on contracts. I mean, they have a fairly young team,
Yeah,
but regardless, I know Montgomery's not. He's getting up in age. He's not super young. Gibbs is young, but that's a 1-2 punch over there. I don't know if Gibbs. I don't know if Gibbs could do it by himself.
yeah.
Amon St. Brown hasn't been playing too hot lately. They've been going to JMO and this guy Tim Patrick all of a sudden. Laporta. I don't know. I just don't know, man. The window. I'm not saying it's definitely not closing. It's definitely wide open.
Yeah, this is
But
wide
you
open
just
for
can't
them.
miss these opportunities. You cannot
100%,
miss these
man.
opportunities, especially in the NFL. You cannot miss the opportunities.
Yeah, because if you
Can't.
think about it, the NFC, who's really up against them right now? Who's really gonna? I mean, really, it's only the NFC North that's that top of the NFC right now. If you think about it, you got Detroit, you got
Yeah,
Minnesota,
it's a whole division.
and you got except the Bears, you got Green Bay. So everybody else in the NFC, it's really not. There's really not a lot of competition unless a dark horse comes out of nowhere. But it's literally like you said, it's Super Bowl, getting to the Super Bowl or bust for Detroit at this point.
Right. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that team. But it was a heartbreaker for Dallas. I know they still had a small chance at the playoffs, and that they just blew it last night. They
Yeah.
they completely blew it. So sucks for them. Sucks to be them.
Yeah, I don't want to be them.
Don't want to be them.
Nah, not right
All right,
now.
let's move on. Let's move on to Thursday night football.
Let's look gear up for Thursday night football, ladies and gentlemen. Man, here we have the NFL, the NFC West rematch. 49ers
Rick,
coming
talk
off
to the
of
people for about 2 minutes. Rick, 2
I'll
minutes.
talk to you guys. Listen, guys, it's just me. I think Jose's got to go use the potty. But listen, here we have the rematch of the NFC West rematch. 49ers coming off a dominating win last week. I don't want to get too much into it. Where Brock Purdy throws for 325 yards, 2 TD passes from Brock Purdy. I mean, listen, they're meeting the LA Rams. They're coming off of one of the greatest wins of the season, man. They went up against the Buffalo Bills and took it to them. Again, right now, as you can see, San Francisco's favored, but I mean, really is. I don't want to say that last week was a bluff for the San Francisco 49ers, but can I say it's a little bit of a bluff? You went up against that Chicago defense that was also more formidable, but just the way they were playing, it was horrendous. I don't know, man. I think that if Matthew Stafford could come in there and play like halfway as decent, listen, man, I don't know. I might be taking the LA Rams here. Again, Jose, I was just talking to the people. I was just telling them how, listen, man, the Rams this Sunday, They went up against the top team in the NFC in the AFC against the Buffalo Bills, and listen, they brought it to them. So my point is, listen, was last week's win in San Francisco a fluke in the sense of they played this, horrendous Bears defense that they played horrendous? Can they redo this again against LA? I mean, what are you thinking here, Jose? What's going on here with this Thursday night game?
Well, listen, I think the Bills are a very good team. They're very solid. But unless Josh Allen puts on the cape, I don't. That team doesn't have much. That team doesn't have
Mm.
much. That team doesn't have much. The defense is not as good as it was as it actually. It's not. It's not. It's not. Um, it's an intimidating defense where they hit hard and they come after you. But against a great coach like Sean McVay this past week, look at him. Look what he did to them. Look what he did to that team. He put a 42, right? 42 on their head or 40, something like that. Against a great coach. Mike Shanahan, another great coach. At home, with a division on the line, they both got something to play for. It's a huge game to me.
Oh yes,
Um,
amazing.
listen, the San Francisco is. I saw it this morning. They're like they're top 10 in rush defense and top rushing defense and passing defense versus Buffalo, who is the bottom tier of all those stats. Again, that team is driven by Josh Allen. If he doesn't score 6 fucking touchdowns, what quarterback scores 6 touchdowns, man? 3 on the ground. If he doesn't give them that, they get blown out by the Rams.
Yeah.
Like that team is not ready to me. I mean, that team is they're going to be contenders because that's how great Josh Allen has become, but not because that team is great. Um, to me, I'm taking the 49ers. I think that was a fluke um, by the Rams. Listen, they got great talent. Kyron Williams. We all know the wide receivers they
Listen,
got.
Kyrie Williams he is rushing that ball against again. I'm gonna go up against you here. I'm taking the LA Rams plus 2.5. I
Ain't
think
nothing wrong
LA
with that.
I don't think it was a fluke for the LA Rams. I think they're finding some groove. I'm thinking they're gonna find some groove. Hopefully they build some momentum from that game. Again, I'm not really buying the San Francisco 49ers, man. Listen, they got their ass blown. Didn't they get their ass blown by the Buffalo Bills? Oh,
In the snow, no CMC.
I don't give a shit. Listen, man, you play who you
Oh,
play. You play who you play.
you play who you play, but listen. The same team, the same Steelers team played the Browns in the snow, and they had their way because it was in the snow. Like the snow just completely, eliminates it removes the talent on the field. It's just luck of the ball. Like
Left for the
it's
ball.
just
Okay.
luck.
All right.
It's just luck. Now CMC was running all over their ass, just like Kyron was, just like the Rams did this week, and just like the fucking Detroit Lions are gonna run all over their ass this weekend. They're gonna get their ass stomped once again. They might. They're gonna lose. It might be a high scoring game because again they have a great offense. They have a great quarterback. They don't have a great offense. They got a decent running back. James Cook is good. They have 0 receivers, none. But he's so damn good. He elevates their talent.
Yeah.
Hopefully, for their sake, they get Kincaid back, and that'll help up the passing game a little bit. But man, that defense is not good. It's not. That's just my opinion. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I mean, listen. I'm looking at the 49ers defense. That backfield is not too hot right now. I think Puka. I think I don't know. I have this hunch that I just feel that LA is gonna come in there and set the tone. And again, I know you're taking San Francisco minus 2.5. I'm taking LA plus 2.5. So I know we were talking about maybe building some sort of ticket for tonight. I mean for tomorrow night. I mean we do got Kittle and Puka as an anytime touchdown. Anything else? I mean, what do you want to do here, Jose? What do you want to cook up here?
I'm looking. I'm trying to pull up really quick the stats for the Bills. Right, they're ranked 16th. They're ranked 19th in the run game defense. and then in the and pass in the run game, and then defensively in the passing game, they are ranked. They're actually ranked ninth, but this is yards per game. Anyways, man, they fucking suck. Fuck them.
You just hate Buffalo. Listen, man. Just
Nah,
it's
man,
okay to
see,
be a
it's
little
not
bit
right,
biased,
man.
bro. Listen. It's okay to be a little
You
bit
just got me
biased.
on camera saying that Josh Allen is great. Like, what else you
Yes,
want
but
from
what
me?
I'm saying is, I mean, listen, they're not. How many wins they got now? 10, 11? I mean, bitch, you don't got 11 games because you're lucky. I mean, I know.
Yeah, you
Listen,
do. Yeah, you
listen,
do. Look at Kansas
listen. You're
City. Look
wearing a
at
hat.
Kansas City.
It says it all. Like it's in your
Look at Kansas
face.
City. They got 11 games by luck. Come on, man. They should have
Who
lost
got? You
5
say Kansas
games.
City got 11 games by
They should have lost at least 5
luck?
games.
Hey, listen, woulda, shoulda, coulda, but you fucking won. They got the W, right? They got the W's.
Facts.
We
That's
don't.
facts. That's
Listen,
facts. That's
if the
facts.
Dolphins would have won by a fucking
Yeah,
point,
I ain't want to
11 games, you would have been saying, "Oh fuck, man, we're 11 and something. We
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't
shit."
want to hear none of that shit either.
Bro, listen, you don't want to hear shit. So listen, I get it. You
Fuck
don't
them
like the
Bills,
Bills.
man.
You say they suck. I'm gonna
Nah, they don't
again. I'm
suck.
not a
They don't
Bills
suck.
fan, but listen.
Whatever, man. Whatever,
Again,
whatever.
I know you were trying to prove your point. I get it. So listen, are we building something here,
Nah,
or
for sure, for
because we're
sure,
on
for
two
sure, for sure.
separate
Okay,
sides of the fence?
so what are you thinking? You okay, we're on both sides on the we don't agree on the team,
We
right?
don't
Okay, so
we don't agree
let's
on
stay
the
away from
outcome
that.
of the team.
Do you think it's gonna be high scoring, low scoring? 48 and a half? What does that look to
I
you?
think this motherfucker's gonna. I think this is gonna be a high scoring game.
You think this bitch gonna go up? Okay, all right, I
I
like
think
that.
this is gonna go up.
So you know how we always do. We try to be a little safer, so we bring it down a little bit, right? It actually went up to 49 and a half as we spoke, as we were speaking.
Is
So
that Vegas saying that they think this is gonna be a high
yeah,
scoring game?
yeah, or a lot of people are betting that over. So we're gonna go to about let's say we're gonna go to over. How does 45 sound? That would be an over of
That's like
how do you get to
20
45?
something, 20 plus points per each team.
Yeah, but how
Which
do you get to 25? 20, 24,
so if you got
23, that's
21, you got 3
27.
touchdowns and a field goal. You're at
24, 20, that's 44.
yeah
27, 24. That sounds like a good score. 27, 24.
24.
That's
I like
that's
that
over
score.
45. That's
I
over
like
45.
that. So we're going over 45, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're gonna go over 45. Okay. Who do we like? Do we like for any time? Well, do we
Well,
throw
yeah,
in our
I got Puka. I think Puka's gonna score a touchdown that game.
you like Puka, huh? All right.
Yeah.
All right. My wifey Cristal said to go with George Kittle.
Oh,
So
listen,
we're
you
gonna
can't
pick
go wrong after
Kittle.
last week's performance. After
We
this
can't go
Sunday's.
wrong.
Well,
Listen,
listen, hey, you didn't throw in the factor that the 49ers are coming off a short week, my friend. Well,
yeah,
I mean, they all are. Shit, they all are. Sorry, my bad. Listen, guys, it's late for me.
yeah,
I'm
but
getting
yeah,
up.
no, it's a division. It should be. I think it should be. I think it'll be a really good game. I think it'll be a really
I
good game.
think so too.
I'm
At
concerned
least for
about their
myself.
running game with the Well, I am, but I'm not. I mean, because they're down to they might be down to their fourth stringer.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
listen, I
gonna
mean,
be. But
again,
then again, Kyle Shanahan. I called him Mike Shanahan earlier.
listen, Mike, Kyle, it's a Shanahan's. It's all it is. It's what it
Kyle
is.
Shanahan should have something cooking up for them. So we're gonna go with George. I want to go with Debo so bad. I just feel like he's overdue. But he's just not he's not calling the plays for him. They're not using him properly.
Yeah, he didn't have a hot game against us. It wasn't
My
like he was
first hunch,
setting it up.
my first hunch was my first hunch was Jennings, to be honest with you. But we're gonna go Kittle here. We're gonna go Kittle. We're gonna go Kittle anytime touchdown. Okay. So we're looking. Okay. So we're looking. Okay. We're at 425. That's not bad. Cooper and
Listen, plus
Kittle over
425 for a little
45.
Sunday night game, for a little Thursday night game. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But let's get a little spicy though. Let's get a little spicy. All right. So if Puka's scoring, if Kittle's scoring, that means they throwing the ball.
That's where we're going to go next, right?
Yeah, we got it. I think we go passing, right?
225 over.
So we got Matthew for 242 and Brock for 244. So I'm comfortable going with 225 each.
225.
What do you think?
Let's do it.
225 each. I think that's pretty reasonable. They should be throwing the ball left and right. Um, and the way the Rams were throwing it last week, you know,
Just lighten it
they
up.
should they should they should they should do some they should make some noise. All right, so here we go. 225 each. Okay. Plus 900. That's not a bad little Thursday. Also, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursdays and Mondays, we build these bigger parlays with props as well. So we tend to go a little lighter. So if you do something light like $20 on this, hey, $200 for Thursday night for some Thursday night football.
Just
That's
for a
not
little
too bad
Thursday
at
night
all.
fun, and
That's
can't
for
go
some
wrong with
Thursday
that.
night football. Yeah,
That's some weekend money. That's go buy dinner
exactly.
for you
That's
and the
that
family.
that Sunday parlay ticket we about to give out. We're gonna hit this motherfucker this weekend, bro. We're
Oh,
gonna hit
listen,
one.
we're gonna go deep in the lab this week, ladies,
Yeah,
and we're
we
definitely
gotta
gonna
go deep.
go. We got to come back and redeem ourselves. So
But ladies and gentlemen, I think we got the ticket. Over 40.
45,
George
right?
Kittle and Puka to both score. We got Matthew Stafford and Brock Purdy 225. Ooh, that sounds good.
Sounds like a good
Nice little
ticket to
five
me.
legger. What do you got? What do you think, Rick?
I really like this one.
I
So it's
like this one. I
Kittle,
like this one.
it's Puka. You said over 40 or over 45?
Oh, I'm sorry. Over 45. Over 45. Over 45. Over 45. Let me create the slip right quick. So just some visual for the people
And
who like to see it
225
visually.
each quarterback.
Yeah. Um, while I'm doing this, Rick, I wanted to ask you a question, actually, right?
Do you? What do you have on your mind,
Yeah,
Jose?
ladies and gentlemen, my baseball guru here, my what do you call it? Like baseball panelist guru, whatever.
Oh, are
What do
we
we
going to talk about the amazing news of
Yeah.
a very rich
Is that amazing
Dominicano?
news? I
Huh?
want oh yeah, I want to know what your thoughts on that.
Listen, man, baseball. I was actually going to mention that when we're talking about money earlier in the show. Listen, man, I was looking at I was hearing them talk about like what he's getting paid per game, per second, per minute. It's ridiculous. We're talking about over $700 million um, that Soto's getting. I mean that he's gonna get. I mean he's going to the Mets. Mets made it to NLCS last year. I'm believe after this acquisition, I mean they're gonna be a highly favored team to win it all, at least for the National League. I mean, you also have Robinson Cano coming back, ladies and gentlemen, from a fucking long ass suspension that he had. So you're gonna have Robinson Cano. You got your new guy. You got formidable pitching. I mean, listen, are the Mets? I mean, listen, Mets fans. I mean, you guys got something over there now. You guys got to go up against the Dodgers to try to get to the big show. But man, speaking about that's another story. But speaking about this baseball money, Jose, man, listen, man, if your kids are gonna play a sport, man,
Better be baseball.
guaranteed, bro, guaranteed money. It is like what other sport? I mean, listen, again, we. I mean, in football, it's just I don't know. I don't know how baseball got deep pocket. Like, there's no cap. I don't think they have a cap. They don't have a cap.
If they do, bro, I've
I
never
don't think
seen
so.
one.
I gotta research that. Leave me some leave some remarks on there, some comments. Does baseball have a cap? I don't. Oh, I think they could defer. That's what they could do. They also could defer. So it's like they could defer they could like put that money away so it doesn't affect it's crazy. I mean, I think the Dodgers have like $1 billion like salary cap or some shit like that. It's crazy, man.
That sounds nuts.
It's out of this world, man. But hey, God bless them, man. Listen, man.
Yeah, listen, man. I don't know anything about football. I mean, about basketball.
Baseball.
Well, I'm shit. I don't know anything about basketball either, or football because my last ticket was so bad. Anyways, I'm fucking around. Hey, I don't know shit about baseball, man. But That just sounds. That's just ridiculous.
It's stupid money, man.
That's just ridiculous. It's not even about the money. It's like, how the fuck do you play how do you pay the rest of your players? Like, bro, there's still 9 people that got a bat, right? I mean, there's still 9 people in the line.
Eight more people. There's 8. I think there's 8. There's 8 more people after him. But
Juan Soto by himself is not going to win you the World Series. Now, if you pay Juan Soto and you have Mookie Betts and you have Freddie Freeman and you have
listen, this guy said he doesn't know nothing about baseball and he's laming out names like if he's throwing from right field. But anyways,
I'm just saying, but like, bro, if you plug in Juan Soto into that situation, fine. But who do the Mets got? I know they got Alonso.
Well,
Pete
listen,
Alonso.
man,
Pete Alonso's nice.
Yeah, but they went to the NLCS, bro. They were like in basically.
So they loaded.
I mean, they're a solid squad. They're a good squad. I mean, can they run that back? It's like you're saying if they went to the NFC Championship game. So they went to the NFC AFC Championship game last year. That's what the Mets.
Talk to me like in football terms. Who is this? This signing of who? I'm signing who right now? Am I signing Peyton Manning? Am I signing Michael Jordan?
Well, listen. The problem with the difference in baseball when you talk about these players. Remember, they play both sides of the ball, so it's a little it's hard to equivalate that to football because Juan Soto is like you could equivalate him to like the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens of offense, of quarterbacking. But I mean, Juan Soto's known not to have the greatest defensive play. They got him out in right field. He doesn't look he's not very. I don't want to say he's not comfortable out there because I don't, like I said, I'm not an expert in baseball, but I've read articles that.
Okay, so I'm signing Steph Curry. I can play offense all day, but I'm too small or suck at defense.
Yeah, you're basically that if you want to use basketball terms, I think he is a Steph Curry, right now. Yes,
I guess, man. $765 million, bro.
Guaranteed. By the way, he is set. His family. I mean, well, listen. You hope that he's set again because you know how shit goes. Next thing you know, you got another 30 for 30, 10 years, 15 years on the road of Juan Soto, how he ended up broke. But
bro,
I pray that doesn't happen to him.
Yeah, no, of course not, bro. This dude in 5 years can probably buy a franchise, bro. He can buy 2 NBA franchises, bro. It's ridiculous, man.
It's stupid money.
That's ridiculous.
It's stupid money. It's stupid, but
it ain't my money, man. It ain't my money.
It ain't none. Well, listen, I just don't understand how baseball is. They got deep pockets, man. I don't understand. I don't. Again,
that Saudi money, bro. Like they be paying Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, all them boys, and then Mbappe. How they pay these dudes $500-600 million, bro? Like what? Man.
And we're bitching about our quarterback making what 20.
Yeah, but NFL, bro, you got to pay 53 people plus staff plus everything. Like,
well, it's a little bit different, and there is a cap, and there's some rules in place. So
yeah, thank goodness, bro. Because I mean, shit, these quarterbacks are about to start hitting 60 million soon.
Tell me about it. Listen, man, it's gonna get very interesting. I mean, I wonder who's gonna be who's next up to get paid. That I guess that would be the question on the quarterback.
Shit, I don't know. I don't know who it is actually. I'm sure you can find out.
Because I know Trevor Lawrence got paid. For whatever it's worth, he got paid. Not sure who else is next and getting paid.
I don't know who's next in line. I haven't really been talking about it much. But yeah, anyways, man. But it's crazy.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you got the play down here on the
Arnold,
screen.
Zach Wilson, bro. None of these players are like.
No, they're not getting. They're not breaking the. They're not breaking the bank.
No shot. None of these players.
No shot. Ain't no shot. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, here's the play.
There you have it. That's a winner chicken dinner.
Hey guys, leave some comments. Let us know how you feel about this ticket. Again, we really appreciate you guys for joining us. Anything else before we log off here before we head on to the sunset, Jose?
No, that's it, man. We're still alive, baby. We still alive.
Hey, Bills fans, forgive Jose. He just doesn't like.
Don't forgive me. I hate y'all.
Oh, with a passion. But hey, from your boy
Bear
Down.
Don't worry. They hate us too. Don't worry.
hey, feelings are mutual, right?
Yeah,
But
I'm sure the feelings are mutual.
and yeah, for sure. But listen, guys, from your boy Bear Down Rick to my boy Jay, the producer, we want to thank you guys for listening to the One Leg Loser podcast, and we're out.
Peace.